In this lecture, we are going to learn about Angular animation in the JavaScript way. Normally, when you do the Angular animation, Angular has its own way to do Angular animation. We will talk about that in the next lecture. In this lecture, we will learn how to use Angular and also with the JavaScript and do an animation in the Angular application. For that, first we need to add some component to do an animation. For that, I'll add div area, and in the div area I'm going to add some bootstrap classes into it. I'm going to add alert and alert type success. Yes, you can see some green area is added, and I'll add into text into that div. I'll tell Angular animation in JavaScript way. And right, I added a div area to do some animation to that div area, and I'm going to add some button that I need to, when the button click, that the animation needs to happen. I'll add a button here and click to change. Right, I have added the button, and also I have added the div area. Now my task is, when the button clicks, I need to change the animation of this div, and we will see how we are going to do that in the JavaScript way. Now the first thing, if you are going to use the Angular animation, you need to use the Angular animation library. I'm going to add Angular Animate library here. Angular Animate, and I'm going to copy this path and add it into my application. Right, I have added Angular Animate library into my application, and now we will go to the script file and see how we are going to do this animation. When you come to the script file, first thing you need to do is you need to inject that Angular Animate into this application. I'm using ng animate that will inject Angular animation into this Angular application, and I'm going to write that the animation here. I'm going to use app.animation, and in the animation I'm going to use some class to add that animation. I'm going to use a class name called toggle. Actually, when we create an animation using the Angular animation, that animation actually added to this class, and in this class we can use in the the application where which controller we want to use the animation. We will see that in the few minutes. Right, I'm going to add a function for this animation, and right, in the function I'm going to return that animation value here. I'm going to do two animation when div enters into screen and div is going to leave from the screen. I'm going to give some animation. First we will write for a enter what needs to happen when div is enter to the application. Actually this enter is the inbuilt function in the Angular animation, Angular Animate. And next thing, I'm going to use a function for a leave. That's also same. inbuilt function in Angular Animate, and in the both the cases I am going to use the element. That actually element represent where you use this the toggle class, and I'm going to get the variable called done. Actually done will give the idea that animation is finished or not, right? And when the leave also I'm going to use the same variables. And in the default Angular Animate doesn't have actually an animation, right? For that it only has the functionalities for animation, that edit and the handle the animations, not actually the animation. Because of that we need to use some animation functions, animation jQuery libraries here, and I'm going to add some animation jQuery library. For this one I'm going to add TwinMax. This is very easy library, that's why I'm going to use this TwinMax. You also can learn this one easy. And right, I have copied the link and I'm going to use it in here. Oops, it copies some unwanted things. Right, I have added the TwinMax, and now I'm going to use the TwinMax in this animation. TwinMax and dot from I'm going to change the opacity using TwinMax from element 1, and now I'm going to give the change option. I'm going to change opacity 0, and when the done, change that opacity to 1, right? Now I need to check this animation is complete. For that I need to use onComplete. And onComplete will indicate by done variable. And the same thing I need to do when the leave, but it's not TwinMax from, it's TwinMax 2. I need to give the other way, right? TwinMax dot 2, and I need to use element in the top one. I think I misspelled element, right? Then the 1, then I need to change that opacity. That time also need to change opacity 0 to onComplete, because I have used the 2, and onComplete I'm going to get that onComplete by done, right? I think we used TwinMax, and now I'll go to the index.html. Now I need to add that toggle class into the component that I am going to give the animation. I have added the toggle class, and now I need to handle this visibility of this div. I'll use ngIf here, ngIf, and some variable. I'll tell ngIf if animate is animate, I'll use is animate, right? I need to change the animation. When the button click, I'll change true false by button click, ng click, and is animate equals, when you click, change the variable type is animate. This operator will change if The currently animation is true. When you hit the button, it will change to false. If currently animation is false, it will change to true. Right, I used ngif. I need to define this is animate in the script file inside of the controller. Scope dot is animate. I'll tell the when the function load, there's no animation, just hide the variables. And yes, I think I did the Angular the animation in JavaScript. You'll see how it's work, and I think there's some spelling mistake or something. Yes, I think error is the app name, and we will see. Yes, button appears. Our animation first time we gave as a false, and we will click the button. Yes, you can see it slowly animated into the screen. When you click the button, we will click the button again. Yes, it slowly goes out from the screen. It comes, it goes. Yes, I think now you understood about the Angular animation we did using the JavaScript way. In the next lecture, we will see how we are going to do this one in the Angular way.